Taka Ayanokoji, the chosen White Room student, to be the perfect human, a cold, calculating, strong mastermind, versus Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one, force-wielding powerhouse, meant to bring balance. Let's just start with the obvious here. In raw power, Anakin Skywalker dominates. He's literally the chosen one, born from the Force and trained as a Jedi Knight. By the time of Revenge of the Sith, he's on par with Jedi Masters, defeating Count Dooku and even holding his own against Obi-Wan. So, I will remove the Force from this discussion, as Anakin still is a powerhouse with raw physical strength and battle IQ, especially within the Clone Wars. Now let's look at Ayanokoji, a pure engineered genius trained in the White Room to be the ultimate human weapon. He's a master of hand-to-hand combat and psychological manipulation and information warfare. Within Volume 0, we get a lot more of his feats, of his physical strength, seeing how intense the White Room training was. Ayanokoji has mastered every form of martial arts and combat styles, along with supposedly enough raw physical strength to kick a hole into a metal elevator. If we look at Anakin over Darth Vader, Anakin is driven by attachment. His fear of loss defines his character arc. He wants to control and to protect those he loves, which ironically causes him to lose everything. He's powerful but unstable. Ayanokoji is cold, detached. He doesn't form bonds unless they serve a purpose. He suppresses emotions as a tactic. Where Anakin feels too much, Ayanokoji feels nothing. However, at the end of the day, Ayanokoji is still very limited by his age and his high school surroundings. If somehow the two of them could be put in the same playing field, obviously Ayanokoji's tactic would probably be similar to Palpatine's, and that is by using the Jedi Council and Anakin's love for Padme against him to draw Anakin into a more complicated battle. Psychological warfare is what I mean. Ayanokoji would most likely know he was weaker than Anakin in raw power, even without the Force, but if it came down to a physical altercation, while I think Ayanokoji could hold his own for a little bit, Anakin even without the Force is incredibly strong and has incredibly high battle IQ and strategic abilities for combat, so without a doubt he would win. Though this most likely wouldn't be just a battle of strength, but more so a battle of ideologies. Anakin believes in love, justice, and control, even when those beliefs are corrupted. Ayanokoji believes in raw power through detachment and pure logical reasoning, a world where people are tools and emotion is a power and skill to learn to control. In the end, this whole premise for this video is kind of an overkill mashup. Anakin solos Ayanokoji. I think in certain environments, Ayanokoji's IQ is a little superior to Anakin's, but not in the ways he would be able to beat Anakin. At least, if he did, the odds would be very low of it. What I like about these two characters, and maybe the one thing they do have in common, is that neither of them was really ever free. Both were products of the systems that raised them, and maybe, just maybe, if they'd ever met, they'd see that in each other.